Ever wondered why your neighbor's garden always seems to be thriving while yours struggles to keep up? It's time to let you in on a little secret. Organic fertilizers. These natural game changers are the unsung heroes of successful gardening, working behind the scenes to boost soil health and plant growth. They're like the secret sauce that takes your garden from average to extraordinary, enhancing its health and yield in a way that synthetic alternatives simply can't match. If you've been pondering this mystery, the answer might lie in the type of fertilizer used. So, why should one opt for organic fertilizers over the more common synthetic ones? This is a question that has been on the minds of many garden enthusiasts, and for good reason. First off, let's talk about soil health. The soil is the lifeblood of any garden. It's a living, breathing ecosystem that needs to be nourished and cared for. Organic fertilizers, with their complex mix of nutrients, minerals, and beneficial microorganisms, work wonders for enriching the soil. They improve its structure, increase its ability to retain water, and enhance the biodiversity of its microbial life. This is in stark contrast to synthetic fertilizers, which, while providing an instant nutrient boost, can over time lead to a depletion of organic matter in the soil and a decline in its overall health. Next, consider the impact on plant growth. Organic fertilizers release their nutrients slowly and steadily, mimicking the natural nutrient cycle. This provides plants with a balanced diet, promoting strong and healthy growth. On the other hand, the fast-release nature of synthetic fertilizers can lead to a feast or famine situation for plants, causing inconsistent growth and making them more susceptible to disease and pests. Finally, there's the matter of sustainability. Organic fertilizers are made from renewable resources, like plant and animal waste, and they decompose naturally, adding to the organic matter in the soil. Synthetic fertilizers, however, are derived from non-renewable resources like natural gas and petroleum, and their production and use contribute to greenhouse gas emissions and water pollution. But what about the harmful effects of synthetic fertilizers? Well, they're not just harmful to the soil. They can also seep into our waterways, causing algal blooms that deplete oxygen and kill aquatic life. Plus, their overuse can lead to an accumulation of salts in the soil, causing a condition known as soil salinization, which can be deadly for plants. It's clear that for the health of both your garden and the planet, organic fertilizers are the way to go. So when you're planning your next gardening project, remember to choose organic. It's a choice that benefits not just your garden, but the whole world. Organic fertilizers are not a one-size-fits-all solution. They come in a variety of forms, each with its own unique benefits. Let's dive into this vibrant organic fertilizer rainbow, beginning with compost. Compost is a rich, dark, crumbly substance that's often referred to as black gold by gardeners. It's made from decomposed organic material like plant clippings and kitchen scraps. Compost helps to improve soil structure, retains moisture, and provides a wide range of nutrients that plants need to thrive. Next up is manure. Now, this might not be the most glamorous fertilizer, but it's an absolute powerhouse when it comes to nutrient content. Whether it's from cows, chickens, or horses, manure is packed with nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, three essential nutrients that plants need to grow strong and healthy. Then we have bone meal. This is a slow-release fertilizer that's made from ground-up animal bones. It's high in phosphorus, which is essential for root development and helps plants to flower. Bone meal is particularly beneficial for bulbs and root crops like onions and carrots. Swimming along, we land on fish emulsion. Derived from the waste of fish processing, fish emulsion is a liquid fertilizer that's high in nitrogen and other nutrients. It's a great choice for leafy plants and can give your garden a quick nutrient boost. Each of these organic fertilizers has unique benefits and best uses. Compost is a great all-around choice, while manure provides a major nutrient boost. Bone meal is perfect for promoting root development and flowering, and fish emulsion offers fast-acting nutrition for leafy plants. As you can see, there's a whole spectrum of organic fertilizers to explore. Each one brings something unique to your garden, and the best part is, they're all derived from natural sources. No chemicals, no synthetics, just pure organic goodness. Understanding these differences will help you choose the perfect organic fertilizer for your garden's unique needs. So go ahead, dip your trowel into this rainbow of organic fertilizers and watch as your garden flourishes like never before. But how do you choose the right organic fertilizer for your garden? That's the question on many gardeners' minds. And you're about to find out. The first thing to consider is your plant type. Different plants have different nutritional needs. For example, flowering plants like roses and tomatoes crave phosphorus, which encourages blooming and fruit production. On the other hand, leafy greens such as lettuce and spinach prefer nitrogen, which promotes leaf growth. Next, let's talk about your soil condition. Getting a soil test is a great starting point. This will reveal the nutrient content of your soil, its pH level, and texture. All of these factors can influence which organic fertilizer will work best. For instance, if your soil is heavy clay, you might want to consider a fertilizer that also improves soil structure, like compost or well-rotted manure. Thirdly, consider your garden's specific nutrient needs. Perhaps you've noticed that your plants are not as vibrant as they could be, or they're showing signs of nutrient deficiency. In such cases, a targeted approach may be needed. Worm castings are a great all-around organic fertilizer, but if you're dealing with a potassium deficiency, for example, you might want to consider adding some wood ash or banana peels into the mix. But here's the key. Organic fertilizers are not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's about finding the right balance. You don't want to overload your soil with too much of one nutrient. Over-fertilization can be just as harmful as under-fertilization. And don't forget about the importance of timing. Most organic fertilizers release nutrients slowly over time, so plan your fertilizing schedule accordingly. Spring is often a good time to start, as this is when plants are starting their growth spurt. So, to sum up, choosing the right organic fertilizer involves understanding your plant's needs, assessing your soil condition, and addressing specific nutrient requirements. It's a bit like being a detective, piecing together clues to solve the mystery of what your garden really needs. Remember, the best fertilizer for your garden depends on its unique needs and conditions. So put on your detective hat and start investigating. Your garden will thank you for it. Now that you've chosen your organic fertilizer, how do you apply it for optimal results? That's the question we're going to tackle in this section. Let's start with the timing. A general rule of thumb is to fertilize your garden in the early spring when plants are starting to grow, and then again in the late summer to give your plants a boost for the fall. However, this can vary depending on the type of plants and the climate in your area. Next, let's talk about the quantity. More isn't always better when it comes to fertilizing. Too much organic fertilizer can lead to excessive growth, making plants more vulnerable to diseases and pests. A good practice is to start with a small amount, observe your plants and adjust as necessary. Now, how do you incorporate the fertilizer into the soil? There are a few methods you can use. One is to simply spread the fertilizer on top of the soil and let nature do the rest. Rain and watering will gradually carry the nutrients down into the soil. Another method is to mix the fertilizer into the top layer of soil. This can be especially beneficial for plants with shallow roots. If you're planting a new garden, you can also mix the fertilizer into the soil as you prepare the planting beds. Remember, patience is key. Organic fertilizers release nutrients slowly over time. So don't expect instant results. Instead, look for steady, healthy growth and vibrant, lush vegetation as the season progresses. Also, keep in mind that fertilizing is just one aspect of garden care. Regular watering, proper sun exposure, and good pest control are also important for a thriving garden. In conclusion, applying organic fertilizers is an art as much as it is a science. It requires observation, patience, and a willingness to experiment. But the rewards can be tremendous. A healthy, productive garden that's in harmony with nature is truly a sight to behold. With these tips, you're well on your way to a healthier, more vibrant garden. So, we've uncovered the secret to a thriving garden: organic fertilizers. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned today. First, we delved into the importance of organic fertilizers, highlighting their role in promoting sustainable gardening practices. We discovered that they not only enhance soil health but also stimulate plant growth, all without the use of harmful chemicals. Next, we explored the beautiful rainbow of organic fertilizers. From the nitrogen-rich blood meal to the phosphorus-packed bone meal and the potassium-filled wood ash, it was quite a colorful journey. Each of these fertilizers offers unique benefits, making them indispensable tools in your gardening arsenal. Choosing the right organic fertilizer was our next stop. We learned that understanding your plants and their specific nutrient needs is key. Whether it's the roses craving for bone meal, or the tomatoes yearning for compost, it's all about catering to their dietary preferences. And finally, we shared some valuable tips for success. Remember, when it comes to applying organic fertilizers, timing and method are crucial. Also, don't forget to test your soil regularly to keep track of its nutrient levels. All in all, we've seen how organic fertilizers can be a game changer for your garden. It's a journey towards healthier plants, more bountiful yields, and a greener environment. So, go ahead, embrace organic fertilizers and watch as your garden transforms before your eyes.